I've just been reading up on some eBay news, and eBay are actually recommending the use of some specific keywords this year. These keywords, they're saying, should get you more views and potentially more sales. Stay tuned. After the intro, I'll tell you what those keywords are. Hey, welcome back to Cooking Haydens. I'm Car Boot Chris. I'm a full-time reseller predominantly using eBay, and today I'm talking about a little bit of news which all of you can go and read yourself. I'm just highlighting it for you. This is not secret, right? But as soon as I saw it, I thought to myself, I need to remember this. So I'm thinking a few of you might need to remember it too. So okay, if you go onto let me just go back a bit. Let me go back a step. If you go onto your desktop, your eBay dashboard thing, go onto a piece of news which comes under selling announcements on the 18th of January. It says maximize sales is the start of it for Q1. And they start off talking a bit about Love Island and their partnership with Love Island. It looks like they're renewing it again this year or something, which was all about pre-loved clothing, wasn't it? Now, there's a load of blurb in there. It's worth reading still, definitely. But then there's a little section with 7 tips. And it says, in the meantime, these 7 steps can help you tap into the pre-loved movement. So there's a few little ideas, usual thing, you know, nice photographs and describe any faults and all this baloney. Not baloney, you know what I mean. But there's one little section, number 2, that says, include terms such as upcycled, refurbished, vintage, that's a given, and pre-loved in your listings instead of used. So a lot of us use these terms anyway if it's relevant. Obviously don't use the term if it's not relevant. That's pointless, really. It'll just get you views and no sales probably, and eBay don't like it anyway. So if you're listing items that are either upcycled, refurbished, vintage especially, and pre-loved, which pre-loved covers everything used, then it might be worth you using those terms where applicable. Now it says instead of used. Now, where do we actually write used? We don't really write used, other than sometimes in the title I might write used but in good condition. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to change that to pre-loved but in good condition. I'm going to change that straight away. You can actually do a bulk edit. You can ask eBay on the bulk edit to find the word used, and you can ask it to replace it with pre-loved. So therefore, you could replace all your listings where it says used to pre-loved. So I might do that. I'm just going to have a little think to make sure there's any circumstances where that might not be a good idea, but before I do it. But I'm certainly from now on, I'm going to think about that, pre-loved instead of used. And I know people say, well, the description isn't searchable. It is searchable. It's not searchable in the usual fashion. So if you just type in something on an eBay search and just search it, it doesn't search the description. But you can actually do a filter. So if a buyer is doing a filter, they can actually filter to search the description. So they can include description in search. So it's a bit of a myth to say that description doesn't get searched. It can do. It's just not automatic. So the other things, right, these are what you need to think about then. Refurbished, vintage, pre-loved, upcycled. And think about it in your title. So if it's relevant, put it in your title. If you've got space in your title and one of those is applicable, it might be worth you shoving it in the title, because that's the main search along with item specifics. So there could be opportunities within item specifics to use those keywords. It might be you could you know when you can select multiples in item specifics? So things like theme. On theme, sometimes you can just write as many keywords as you want on theme. Also things like features. Sometimes on features you can write in a whole list of features. You know, vintage could be a feature or a theme of the item. Pre-loved, refurbished could be a feature or a theme. You know, that kind of thing. So look for opportunities in your item specifics to potentially use those keywords where applicable. Because it seems like eBay are going to be promoting these words, maybe in advertising campaigns, all sorts of stuff. And at the end of the day, right, if eBay are telling you that these words are worth using, use them. If eBay are telling you certain things are worth doing, they're not telling you just for fun. They're telling you because they want you to make more sales. They're telling you because perhaps these are going to be words that they're going to use throughout the year or whatever, or going forward. Oh, I hate that phrase, going forward. You know what I mean though, don't you? So if you're not using these words already, it's worth thinking about it and slotting it in where you can. Upcycled, refurbished, vintage, pre-loved. There you go. That's my little update. If you found it interesting or useful, please drop us a like and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing information that's freely available to anybody. See you later. Thanks very much for watching, really appreciate it. If you want to catch up on another one of my videos, you can try one like this or one like this. They're both good ones. Give it a go, or you can subscribe by pressing this button here. There you go. See you later.